We want to congratulate you on your purchase of the Q7. Unfortunately, we're not there to deliver it, so some of the things that are a little bit more difficult to use, I'm going to walk around with you really quick and show you how to use them, and then we'll jump in the car, and then we'll go through all the features, functions, and navigation stuff, so it makes it easier for you guys there in Texas. So come on, we'll go take a look at a few things really quick. One thing when you're getting in and out of the car is going to be the advanced keyless entry system. Now, as long as you have this key in your pocket or in a purse, when you walk up to the car when it's locked, as long as you're within 3 feet, all you actually have to do is put your hand behind the door handle and the car will automatically unlock. Now, when you get out of the vehicle and you want to lock the car, all you actually need to do is, again, make sure that key's within 3 feet. Just push the little button that's in the outline of the handle, and it'll lock automatically for you. Great way to get in and out of the car very easily. That way you don't have to get the key in and out the whole time. And when you get in the car, there's that nice little start-stop button. Push that, start it up, push it again, it'll stop. So, really easy feature, nice feature to have. Come on, take a look in the back really quick. The other outside feature that I want to go over is the tailgate. You can either open this two ways. One from the handle, little tap here, or you can do it from the button on the key fob. What you want to do is just push and hold it. Tailgate will open. Now, the nice thing about this tailgate is that it is adjustable. If you have a shorter clearance on your garage, or actually if you're a little bit taller and you want to push it up a little bit, you can actually adjust it up a little bit more. And then once you get to the height you want to push and hold the close button for about 3 seconds. Then the next time when you open it, it'll return back to this position. Or if you need to come down shorter, push the close button and then push it again to stop it where you want it to stop. Once, twice, and then push and hold it again to program it. So next time when you open or close it, it'll return back to that size. Let's hop in the car and take a look at a few features. Seating controls are here. This is going to control the bottom part of your seat, moving it forward, back, front up, front down, or back up and back down. The back part here is going to control the back of your seat, incline it forward or back. And then this round button here is going to adjust the lumbar on the back of your seat, right here. In and out is going to be right here, so you want it out or in, and then you can raise it and lower it, depending on where you want it on your back, which is nice. The seat, of course, is a memory seat, and the controls for the memory seat are going to be up here on the door. Once you get the seat to your position that you'd like, all you're going to want to make sure this says on instead of off. Off, make sure it's on, hit set, and then push whatever 1 or 2 button you want. And you'll hear a beep to confirm. You can also program that with the key if you want. Push number 1 or 2 and hit unlock on your key, and there'll be a tone in the car to confirm. Very easy to do. Next part is going to be your, of course, power windows, power mirrors, and your door locks. The power mirrors, you have technically 4 settings on here. Top one is going to be for the defrost. Then if you turn and select it left, use the knob as a joystick. You can adjust the mirrors. Same thing with the passenger side. Then if you need to power fold them in, put it to the downward position, and the mirrors will power fold up. Get out of your way if you're parking in the garage or whatnot. Windows are all 1 touch up, 1 touch down. Then you also have child locks here in the back. That way you don't have to run around, lock the kids in if you need to. Your headlight controls are going to be right here. The 0 position is off. 1 click over to auto will automatically turn the interior lights and exterior lights on or off. Depending on what time of day, you'll have the daytime running lights on. Then at night, at dusk, it'll turn your headlights on for you. You can turn on your fog lights if you want, but you actually have to turn it on the on position. 1 pull out turns on your front headlights, fog lights. 2nd pull out will actually do the European fog lights, which are the brighter lights in the back. That way, in case you're driving in bad weather conditions, people can see you better in the back. Turn signals and your high beams are on this side. Traditional, 1 touch, 1 up, 1 down. Click forward for the high beams, pull it back for flash. Then your cruise control setting is down on the bottom. Off is back, 1 tap forward is on, hit set on the side, accelerate or decelerate. Pull it back forward to resume in case you brake and cancel it, push it back to shut it off completely. And then we're going to hop in the back here and I'm going to go over a few things with you on the inside. Climate control settings are very easy. Choose the temperature you want by turning the dials left to right, left going colder, right being hotter, warmer. Same thing with the passenger side. And usually what a lot of our customers like to do is just leave it on auto. That way the car will control the fan speed, the mode, depending on what temperature you have it on. The screen at the top, once it loads up, will also display, double up your temperature. They'll pop up and pop back down here in just a second. Your heated seats and cooled seats, you're going to have cooled seats on the bottom here as well. Tap that once, it'll come up here and both on the screen, and then you have 6 different adjustable settings. 0, 6 being hot, 0 being off, of course, and then the cooled seats will be the same way. This one doesn't have it, but it'll be a button right here. Same thing with the passenger side. Working up on the board here, you're going to have, of course, your DVD player and also your SD cards in case you want to load music onto the hard drive. And then, of course, this is 2012. You're not going to have this one, so ignore this. Hazard lights up top. Your electronic stabilization program off. The only reason why you want to touch this button is in case you have to rock the car out of snow or mud. That's the only reason why you want to turn it off. It's always on whenever you turn the car on. Working your way up on the screen on the dash, you have your park assist. This will automatically turn on whenever you turn the car in reverse. Put it in reverse. You don't need to play with this unless you want to see how close you're getting to the curb up front. When you hit that, it'll actually pull up your camera and then also your proximity displays for your front and rear sensors. Turn that off. This is going to reset your trip computer that's here on the dash, down on the bottom. This check button is going to go through a systems check that's going to be right in the top in the center information display. And of course, if anything has an issue with your car, it's going to come up regardless, but this is just a nice little self-check in case you want to see what's going on with the car. This is going to control the interior brightness and dimness of the gauges and the cluster and whatnot, so you can turn it down or turn it up. On the far right hand side of the screen, you're going to have the toggle mode for on or off. Turn the screen off completely or turn it back on. You have a valet mode, so if you're going to valet the car, hit the valet button, take your key out, and then give the valet individual your valet key. That way it restricts certain use of the vehicle. The bottom button here is going to be control for your glove compartment. You push that button and your glove compartment opens. That's why there's no handle on here. Next we're going to go over the MMI system really quick. Technically there's 2 parts of the system. The hard keys are going to be on the outside, and then the soft keys are going to surround this multimedia knob, as we call it here. These 4 sections are going to control your navigation, your Bluetooth for your telephone, your entertainment, and then also some of the setup options for the tone, for the sound, and then the car setup. These 4 corners here are going to control the 4 corners on the screen, and they will change depending on which one you're on. So for instance, I'm on FM radio right now. If I want to change the band, if I want to go to Sirius radio or AM, band is in the upper right hand corner. I'm going to hit the upper right hand soft key here. That red light will go on. It'll also indicate here on the screen that we're on that upper right hand soft key. Then what you're going to want to do is take the selector knob, either turn it left or right. Left will go down, right will go up, and it will change on the screen. If I'm on FM and I want to go to Sirius, push down and push down the little black knob in between. It'll change over to whatever selection you have. Same thing with selecting stations, so on and so forth. Your navigation, once you're in your main navigation screen, once you hit the nav button here, you'll come up with the map on the screen. You'll notice where it says destination in the bottom left hand corner. If you hit the bottom left hand soft key button, you can enter in the destination on here. You have a couple different ways to do it. Now address is going to be your easiest way, so what you're going to do is hit the selector on the address button, and then you have a couple different options here. Of course, it's always going to default to USA. Then you're going to want to enter the city or the zip. You can do it by either zip code or the city. So we could type it in, say for instance we'll go to Hearst. And I'll pull up options for you here, and then you can go ahead and select it. You can add a street. Same thing, whatever you'd like, or you can just pull from a list in case you're not sure. Say we'll go to Aspen Court, and then you can enter a house number. Sometimes the vehicle will recognize the first number of the street. This is already recognizing a 7. Now I'm just going to input 713 and hit OK. The next one you're going to want to do is hit the Start Route Guidance button.
Your route is being calculated. Your destination is in the indicated direction.
It's going to give you two different directions here, of course, on your main screen, and then also your route's going to be highlighted in blue, and you can zoom in and zoom out by turning that selector knob to the left or to the right. You can see where it says 100 yards, 200 yards, so on and so forth. Then also in the main part of your display screen, it'll actually show you where to turn, when to turn, the time, and approach time. Right now, of course, we're inside, so it's not picking up too much of a satellite signal. Once you're out on the road and you start going, you'll actually have the road display on here, which is really nice. That way, in case if you want to change the radio station on here, you still have the display for your navigation, of course, and the voice while you're driving, which is nice. And of course, to cancel that, just kind of go back into where you were before, and you can cancel that. Radio and media, these are going to be pretty easy here. Radio, we went over that with the band and whatnot. And then media is going to go through your iPod hookup or your Bluetooth audio, whatever you'd like to do there, or the CD player in the glove compartment. And then you can hit where it says source in the upper right hand corner. Again, hit that upper right hand soft key, and you can choose which one you'd like there. You do have a hard drive built into the car. That's where it says jukebox. You can download music off your SD card or a burned certain type of CD on there. It will show you in your owner's manual what type that is as well. That way you don't have to throw a CD in here and do it off your media device. And then there's a couple things down here as well. One thing, of course, hooking up your Bluetooth. When you hit telephone, you can hit search for a new cell phone, but the easiest way to do it is within the first minute that you get in the car, actually turn on your cell phone and turn on the Bluetooth, and you'll actually search for a new device on your phone. Then once you search for a new device on your phone, it'll pull up Audi on here on your phone. You're going to want to hit connect, and then from then on it'll ask you for a passcode. It's going to be 1234, and then the car will ask you for passcode as well. It's going to be as well 1234. Should sync right up. That way it's going to pull all your contacts, dialed calls, missed calls in the main screen here. And then also when you hit the mode button on the steering wheel, it'll come up here. You can use this toggle button to scroll up and down, go through your dialed calls, missed calls, so on and so forth. Makes it real easy to do. And then of course you could also do it by voice. Call home, call work, whatever you'd like to do, it'll pick it straight up from your cell phone. The volume buttons going to be on the right hand side for the steering wheel, and the left is going to be, depending on which screen you're on, you can scroll through different stations for your radio, presets, or like I mentioned earlier, a directory for your cell phone, and so on and so forth. There's a couple of minor things on here too, like for instance your menu, which is just going to bring up the main menu for the car. Might look a little bit different than this screen, but just know that this is pretty much where you can go through the setup of the car in terms of features and options, vehicle settings, lighting, so on and so forth. This you can kind of play around with. You really can't hurt anything while you're in here, so feel free to wander around a bit. Let us know if you have any questions down there. That's mostly pretty good overview of the inside of the car and the features and functions. We're going to go up here really quick to the top too as well in terms of the sunroof and whatnot. The panoramic sunroof is going to be in this position, which is going to be closed. And then you have two options. You can either open the sunroof, which it was just now, or you can vent the sunroof. If you want to vent the sunroof, push up on this tab in the back, and the sunroof will vent open. That way you can keep fresh air circulating through. Or if you want to open it up, just turn it clockwise. It'll have different intervals to where you want to stop the sunroof. If you pull it to about the 11 o'clock position, it'll open and almost fully open by about 75%, 80%. This is the best, I'd say, percentage being open to decrease wind noise when you're on the highway. If you're driving around the city and you just want to open it all the way up, go ahead and pull it to the 12 o'clock position to hold it for a couple seconds, and it'll pull it all the way back. Next part of that too is you also have the windscreen or the sunscreen that covers it. You can open and close this either while the sunroof is open or closed. Push it once. This is nice to have because even if you want the fresh air coming through but you don't want the sunlight, you can still close this even while the sunroof is open. That way you got the fresh air circulating through but no sunlight coming through. Then this other one back here is going to be for your rear sunroof. Now this just vents, so technically it's a moonroof. So you can push this. That's going to vent the rear window in the far back. A little red light's going to come on, let you know that it is open. And then also the second row passengers do have the ability to change that as well, right where the lights are right above their head. So they can open and close that. Of course when it's closed, there's not going to be any red light on. You have your home link here. Program that is pretty easy. Again, it's going to be in your owner's manual. This switch here is going to control the lights on the inside. Right in the center position, it's going to turn the lights on when there's a door open. That's going to be off at all times. If you're in the car and you lose something and it's dark, all the doors are closed and you turn the lights on, push that button, it turns all the lights on throughout the whole car. Usually people like to put in that single position there. And of course then you have your map lights. One click on, one click off. And then here's going to be your sunglass holder. That's pretty easy. Your automatic mirror here, automatic dimming mirror. When the green light's on, that means it's on. If you don't want it on, you turn it off. That also does control the side mirrors as well. You have a compass built in the upper right hand corner too. Good direction. Other than that, that's about it. If you have any questions, give us a call, let us know. We'd be more happy to help you out.